You are now tuned in to the Brown Spade. Okay, so before I go on my morning run, I wanted to go over, I came across this video when Tyrese, he just visited the Breakfast Club the other day. And when he was there, he was expressing himself, showing himself his vulnerability about how he felt, what he was going through. And for those of you who don't know, not too long ago, Tyrese just had a baby with his wife, new baby, and she left him. And in the midst of leaving him, he had a meltdown. And I can recall listening to the Breakfast Club because I listen to them from time to time. I don't listen to them all the time, but I do remember, I can recall when, they were laughing and making jokes. And I get it. That's part of what they do. But here's the thing about that. Tyrese is a friend, well, we thought was a friend of DJ Envy. Tyrese was the one who helped that DJ Envy help rekindle his marriage when he was going through it, when they was on the verge of getting a divorce with him and his wife. Tyrese was there. Tyrese helped him set up a romantic setting, even flew in, did a song live, singing with her and serenading, trying to help rekindle DJ Envy, which he thought was his friend. So now Tyrese is going through this ordeal, and he did not get the same. And so on the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy finally came out. Yeah, the reason why I didn't come there for you because it was the way you talked to my wife, this and that. But here's the thing. Tyrese has came out lashing over the media, social media, and it was obvious that he was on something. And now that he admitted, and he's been vulnerable, saying, hey, I was on medication, I was taking this medication, and this is what happened. I was full of emotion. I was out of my head. The things I was saying, I was out of my mind. And even to that point where, again, even though he's not as close to Envy as he is, even though he's close to Envy, he's not as close to Charlemagne, but Charlemagne is supposed to be one of the drum majors for mental health when it comes to mental health, right? So he still, even though he make his jokes, even though he's doing his job, he still never made it his business to say, you know what, maybe he's going through some mental issues, and then, okay, make your joke and then turn around and make it to something serious. You see what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case. So anyway, Tyrese come to the show, and they still joking with the man. And people don't understand, okay, even though he went through all of that, he was going through a meltdown. But for one, he expressed how much he lost his mom a few years ago. And then he just had a baby with his wife, and she leaves him while he's away from home. People don't understand what men go through, men who are responsible men. We talking about somebody who just had a baby. In his mind, he's going to be there raising his child, and a mother can just scoop him up and take him away. And, you think you're hurting the man, but you hurt the man and the child. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the point that I'm making is you should never kick a man when he's down. You should never kick a man when he's down. You should extend your hand to help him out, especially when he was there for you during your time. That is what that is the problem that I have in this situation. But also, you should reach out if this is what you do and you all for mental health. Then you should also extend your arm as well if you think that this person is having a mental meltdown. And also, before I play this video, it was one other thing where on that Breakfast Club video, Envy also stated that, yeah, I wanted to get up and box you in the mouth. And I saw that when I saw that video, I was like, something wrong with that guy too. you know, something wrong with him too. But for him to get on there and say what he would have done, I'm gonna get up here and box you in your mouth. He knows that the camera is rolling. He knows that he have some lawyers on deck. He also knows that he's in a safe place, right? So he know if Tyrese or his entourage, anybody come up there and touch him, he knows that's automatically lawsuit because the film, the tapes are running. We got you on tape. So for him to do that, I just thought that was very foul, very unmanly, you know. And I get it. He said he got bent out of shape how he talked to his wife when his wife reached out to him the way he was going. But if you knew that when you realized that he was on medication, then you should have reached out to him again and and maybe you could try to handle that a little bit better. But anyway, I came across this video and I want you guys to enjoy this video with, it got Tyrese on there. And again, he's showing his vulnerability. And I thought that maybe this video can help somebody and also help get an understanding, you know, when people going through what they're going through. But I admire Tyrese for keeping a level head, staying cool, staying calm. I really, really admired that throughout the whole ordeal. He never got bent out of shape. He stayed right here the whole time. So that was, to me, that was more professional than anything. To me, he was the bigger man of the show on that particular day. So if you have any comments about this video with Tyrese, please put your comments below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Brown Spade. That's one word, Brown Spade. I hope you enjoy this video.
Good morning. I got a lot of people texting and calling and all in my comments and thinking about the obvious things, right? Man, I must be triggered. I must be annoyed. You know, I got people like, check on Tyrese. Y'all go check on him. Because y'all know that was a very, very hard conversation to have. Some very big, some very disappointing reveals. I'm gonna make a choice. I'm gonna make a choice that I wish both DJ Envy and Charlemagne had made for me for the last 5 years as I've been going through too many things. I'm gonna make a choice to leave this shit alone. Y'all know, when you born and raised in LA, when you born and raised in Watts in South Central LA, see, it's one thing to know hood, it's another thing to be a hood. And y'all know, real know, the moment that he said, I should box you in your mouth or whatever, it took everything in me to stay seated in that seat. Charlemagne was clever because he knew that they've been going at me for 5 years. And I've responded only a few times publicly, but for the most part, they knew that I was coming. And they knew that we was gonna have that conversation. So everybody that's speaking to the same thing that I've spoke to, you're this voice, you've got books, you're this champion, outspoken man that represents all things mental health. And yet, I've lost count of the amount of times that he's contributed to the stresses in and around my mental health. From being insensitive or just deciding to talk about a man that he actually knows. Never said he was my friend. Never said we were childhood homies. But like I mentioned to Envy, I feel like I know y'all enough to have some type of an expectation of you guys to just have a heart and just simply be able to say, man, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to come home to an empty house, no wife, and your child get taken from you while you're out of town. Just have a heart. Do your job. Talk your shit. I get it. But never lose sight of mental health and never lose sight of what it must, not what it feels like to go home to no wife, what it must feel. See, when you actually have empathy and you have a heart, you put yourself in other people's shoes. And you, as a man of integrity, you make the decision to not beat a man down with your words when you see that they're already down. You make that choice. And they've been through some shit, some real shit. And Envy is currently going through some real shit. But I've made the choice to not beat anybody down while they're down. Didn't plan on getting emotional on live. Y'all know I could use my words. Y'all know that I could make the choice to go at both of them, but I'm not gonna do it. The choice that I'm gonna make is to wish them well in their careers, their marriage, their family.